on the fact that they have been doing a great job, basically. That's the long and short of that tweet from the governor. You know, when we heard this, you can see Troop NOLA there, obviously getting credited, and that is a shot of the entryway part of the Orleans Justice Center there that he tweeted. So lots of chatter on social media and all over the internet, from elected officials all the way to the average New Orleanian, both concerned, wondering what's going on, you know, some of them expressing outrage at the fact that this was not allowed to happen, but that this did happen.
And Katie, let me jump in on the one inmate who has been captured, Kendall Miles. He has a history of escape, and we covered that from the Bridge City juvenile lockup.
Yes.
I've been trying to get a handle on what progress has been made in locating any of the other 9 inmates who are still at large. And you and I both have expressed a little surprise that we have not heard of them really getting a read on any of the 9. We've heard no announcements.
Nothing.
Certainly not a capture, and now we have a FBI reward of $5,000. That usually starts the tip line, you know, starting to heat up. I will say that in my trying to catch people in the loop involved in this search, that one thing that they have done is with the one suspect who has been taken into custody, Kendall Miles, they have taken him for some interrogation to try to get additional information on how this happened, how coordinated was it. I don't know the results of that. This was happening in real time, but I think that they are trying to at least use that as a way to get some insight into where to look, people on the outside or inside who might have been involved. And Kendall Miles, the one escapee who is now back in custody, could be a key to unlock some more information so that we get additional news and captures, which I think everyone at this late hour is getting to be surprised that we have not heard any positive news toward that.
I mean, I think that would be critical intelligence, and some of the security experts that we've spoken with throughout our coverage today have said that very same thing. That's one of the very first places to start. If you have one in custody, you trace his steps, you find out where he went, how he got out, whether or not, again, this was a planned effort among all of these inmates, or if this was something that, you know, he cooked up, or who it is was the mastermind behind this. And we've talked about this, and you hinted at this just a few moments ago, but a couple of these inmates actually have a history of breaking out of youth facilities, that they've been caught up in the system that long that they had actually escaped from the youth study center or the juvenile jail, basically now.
And I can tell you that, you know, I haven't been able to talk to anyone who's been part of the interrogation or in that interrogation room. But somebody in law enforcement close to that situation raises this possibility that right now, in this emergency situation, the information that Kendall Miles could have is so valuable that this could actually lead to some leniency, not regarding his original charges, but the escape itself, if he's able to provide substantial information that leads to the quick capture of some of these other inmates.
Basically getting a deal, if he
That's right, and you know, just by virtue of his, in his case, the first being captured is now possibly work to his benefit in regard to the simple escape charge, certainly not the other charges, and that is a tried and true law enforcement tactic, get someone willing to help themselves by helping law enforcement. Hopefully we will hear whether any of that has borne fruit, whether we will hear some news in the coming hours about additional arrests of these escapees.
You know, I think another first step for a lot in law enforcement would be to listen to jail calls, to kind of check in and see who these inmates were talking to in the days, weeks, hours that led up to this situation.